Hello everyone, my name is Zohib. I've flown all the way from London, as you can see. I've been facilitating startup weekends for a couple of years, and this is my third time in Bahrain. Every time I come, it's more and more encouraging to see how much the ecosystem has grown, how much it's developing. So I'm here for Startup Weekend. This is now the 4th edition that we've had, so it's fantastic to see what is happening. We bring entrepreneurs together for 54 hours. People from business backgrounds, developer backgrounds, and designer backgrounds. And for 54 hours, they work on fantastic ideas and pitch on a Saturday night in front of a host of fantastic judges. Startup Weekend is an entrepreneurial growth journey for entrepreneurs. So we bring them in on a Thursday, they pitch their ideas. All of these entrepreneurs have had great ideas running in their minds for a while. And we give them the stage, we give them the mic to actually pitch their ideas to a group of people. After that, they form teams organically with a bunch of passionate people that they've met throughout the weekend. Then the next day we bring in mentors, we do workshops to actually train them up, teach them things about how you can actually kickstart your business. So they work towards growing their business, working on reiterating, pivoting their product as much as possible. And then come Saturday night is when they pitch, in a 5-minute pitch, to a bunch of really interesting judges. Startup Weekend, the biggest purpose is to inspire entrepreneurs all around the world and growth in entrepreneurs. So that's our main core goal in kickstarting communities, making sure that they have the access to resources to actually help them in their entrepreneurial journey. So Startup Weekend has had some amazing stories to actually show how much startups grow. Even in Bahrain, we have had UTrack, one of our fantastic startups from 5 years ago. We started a Startup Weekend, become one of these brand names in Bahrain. Ahmed, who's one of these entrepreneurs that you'll hear from, he started his business from a Startup Weekend. So the growth within the region is fantastic, and all around the world there's a number of Startup Weekends that produce some amazing startups and businesses. The mission is simply to inspire entrepreneurs, inspire change in the life of entrepreneurs, make sure that they network, grow, and actually pay it forward into the next generation of entrepreneurs. And that's our biggest goal, making sure that they have the access to resources and everything they need to actually kickstart their journey into entrepreneurship. Bahrain's Startup Weekend ecosystem is great. It's a very small ecosystem, but the people here are so passionate. Every time I come, I see repeat faces coming back and back again for a Startup Week in Bahrain, and seeing them become mentors, seeing them actually investing back into the community. It's a small community, but it's growing really fast, and some of the ideas coming out of this region are amazing. It's so encouraging to be here for Bahrain Startup Weekend 2016. Techstars couldn't be prouder of everything that's happening in this region. We want all the entrepreneurs to keep in touch, make sure they keep the network going, and pay it forward, make sure they inspire each other for their entrepreneurial journeys.
Hi, my name is Ali Mahmoud. I work at Tenmou, and Tenmou is an angel investment company that invests in startups at the very early seed stage. And we do events on the side, like Startup Weekend, Global Entrepreneurship Week, MENA Summit, etc. We like to encourage youth and anyone who has any idea to work in teams and execute their ideas and build business plan, validate their companies, etc. So Startup Weekend is a great way to do that. In just 3 days, they practically build their business. Yeah.
My name is Assam Hamad. I'm the head of the Enterprise Engagement and Advisory Unit in Tamkeen. I've been with the organization for over 5 years. The mission of Tamkeen is to empower Bahrainis and to make the Bahraini employee the employee of choice, and to make the private sector the engine of growth for the economy. We are a strong supporter of community events that promote entrepreneurship. that create incentives for people to pursue this as a life choice. And we've seen growth in terms of the amount of interest and number of participation in the last years. There's been good traction, and for that reason, we've been continually supporting this event. So the entrepreneur is someone that is self-employed, as well as someone that can generate employment opportunities for Bahrainis. So like I mentioned, entrepreneurs, well, especially in Bahrain, there's a large number of private enterprises, and they are the engine of growth. And we want to further capitalize on their contribution to the economy and potentially generate employment through these entrepreneurs. So in Tamkeen, the entrepreneur is in the center of so many things. In terms of the funding we provide, the grants, in terms of building their skills. We have launched a lot of programs in the past that provide support to entrepreneurs, because we believe that by empowering entrepreneurs, we will create a layer of private enterprises that will generate a lot of growth in the sector. We've been part of these community events for many years. We will continue to have a big role in supporting these community events. It actually exposes potential Bahraini entrepreneurs to international best practice. The mentors bring a lot of value in basically exposing these potential entrepreneurs to best practice in developing business models, in pitching their ideas, and attracting investors. We really thank the organizers, and we assure them that Tamkeen is there to back them up for such kind of events now and in the future.
Hamad Sa'i, I'm the head of business development in Microsoft Bahrain and Oman. It's always part of our priorities to support startup and SMEs in the market. This is a core belief and fundamental belief for Microsoft. We've got a lot of programs, we've got a lot of trainings and development courses that we do and we offer for the startups. And I think this goes hand in hand with the country priority as well, that we start from the startups. This is, we believe, the next driver for our solid economy. And I believe what we have achieved today is we have reached out to the vast majority of SMEs and startups. I think through technology, we know and we believe that they will change the world. They will come up with a new, nice idea and to change our lives, to change the way we do business. And hopefully, we will help more and more people to achieve more. I think for us is we want to enable every person on the planet to achieve more. This is our main slogan. And I think by giving them the access to those technology and the tools to get them to do their job better, to get them to put their creative ideas, to innovate using those applications, I think will help our nation, will help to solve our problems. And hopefully for those people, it will be a business model so that they can sustain and they can make profit from. I think what we believe, to be honest, is the great nation starts from entrepreneurs, from startups. I think nurturing those ideas and trying to groom them to become one day huge corporation this is what we are in search for. We have seen many examples, Microsoft, Apple, all of those companies started as a small, and I think we are nowhere away from that idea to happen again. It could happen in Bahrain, it could happen anywhere else. Our mission as a company is to empower everybody. I think for us today, everybody's a winner. It was a very hard, to be honest, to make a selections. The criteria that we put with the jury, it was very strict selection criteria, and I think at the end, what we want them to walk away from today is that they should have a strong belief that they are the next entrepreneur, that they can make the change, they make the impact in the market. There is no winner and losers. Everybody's a winner today. I think today we are helping them out to go out in the market, be solid. We are here to help. Tenmou, Microsoft, and Startup Weekends as well will be coming back again to help these guys step up on their feet and deliver the real impact. Huge thank you. It was an amazing arrangement. We love it so much. We love you guys, and we hope to see you again.
I'm Ali Mahmoud from Vibe Media, and I've been mentoring the different entrepreneurs here all weekend. A mentor in Startup Weekend is, well, a trainer, a coach, a therapist. He's everything. He's a mediator between the different team members in case of conflict. He's a soundboard for people to bounce ideas off of. A lot of times the different teams, they have great ideas, but they don't have the confidence for them. So they just want to get it validated with a mentor, somebody who has been chosen to help them before they go out to the market with it. Ideally, a mentor is someone who has been through this type of thing. Not necessarily Startup Weekend, but someone who's had startup experience, who has faced every type of problem that you can imagine, because this is basically what happens here. You have an idea, it rarely comes out at the end of the weekend the same as how it started. You always have to pivot and learn based on your validation and research. People skills are incredibly important. Learning to work with very strong, very different personalities is key to being listened to. A big problem is when you have much more experienced individuals in a team being mentored by a seemingly young person. Why should I listen to this guy? So as soon as you lose credibility with them, they've lost the benefit of having you around. This is my third year here, and there's been a definite evolution in the type of ideas that you're seeing. In the first years, the ideas were all much smaller scale, and I was afraid that this year it would be along the same lines, but I was incredibly impressed with the variety of ideas and how complicated some of them were. A lot of times people worry that, how can I build a startup in just a weekend? So they choose something that's very digestible, very easy to make a quick MVP, very easy to communicate to clients. But thankfully this year we had some really massive scale ideas that will take at least a year to develop, but that didn't dishearten them. They wanted to work on them as much as they could. They wanted the chance to be heard, and I was really happy about that. I love all of you, seriously, like ridiculously so. Please don't forget about me.
My name is Fawaz Shukrallah. I'm an IT project manager. My background is 15 years experience in IT, from which I worked in Weekend Bahrain. I worked in Saudi Arabia for 4 years, and I also worked in South Africa for 6 months, all in IT. The name of the concept was myloannow.co, and the idea is to help people to make it simple and easy for them to apply for a request for a loan, and let the banks actually bid for the loans for the users, to make it much easier. And instead of each user going to a different bank, the bank will bid directly for each user for their loan and give you the best possible rate at the lowest possible rate and save you time and money at the end of the day. It was like a very surreal experience, very shocking. I first came here, I wasn't even going to pitch in the beginning, actually. I gave my idea, and one of the members, the team members here, Ahmed, he asked me, go ahead and pitch anyway. If you're not even sure, go ahead and do it anyway. So then I decided, okay, I'll go ahead and pitch, and I got shortlisted to the top 10. And then when we pitched today, we worked all weekend, and it was amazing experience. Meeting the people and the support of the people team is very effective. It's very helpful to keep you and pushing you to keep doing it all weekend. And the team I was assigned with specifically, they were tremendous help, Samar and Zahir. They were very much helpful in giving me the input and the feedback and the support. The mentors was a very key point to give us the input about the presentations. The mentors was extremely helpful, and I recommend people doing it and signing up. Even if you're not sure of the idea, go for it anyway. You won't lose anything and you will get validation. Pushing yourself to the limit to make something happen, it's worth it. Meeting the people's experience. Soaib, the guy who came from the UK, and the mentors, they give you specific advice and specific input on your project and what you can do to make it better. Because they have experience, they've seen many different presentations, they can tell you exactly what you need in order to improve and make it look better. That was a key point. I got mentored by 4 different people in the presentation. I had to change the presentation 4 different times, and I had to modify different content. All was very, very helpful for us to be able to achieve the 2nd place. Next, we're planning the next activities actually. We had a bit of a meeting with the team, and we're going to continue using the same office space here as part of the reward. And next weekend in the holiday, we have 4-day break where we're going to actually continue building the concept and making a full-scale MVP product to make it live. And because we have interest from actual customers, from the banks, we're actually going to continue with those meetings. I'm very grateful for all the team effort, and they were here all weekend dedicated to supporting us. I had many questions. I was grilling them with different questions, and they almost all the time, they always help me and they always give me immediate answers all the time. So that was very helpful. Their mentor feedback, their support from the organizers, the venue, and of course from Tenmou, and of course the sponsors for making this opportunity live. And it gives the chance for young starting entrepreneurs to be able to actually launch their idea. This is one of the best ways to do it, because you have nothing to lose and you have a chance to really bring your idea to life and make it possible.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Khalid Sheikh. I have here Muayyad Umar and Ahmed Samara. And our idea is basically virtual reality world. We call it Hover. It's a home of virtual reality. The whole idea about it is to solve the issue of time and optimize the time process it takes to construct and build a building. Another issue we're trying to solve is people who actually build, or actually who are the clients to see these products, tend to see 2D drawings of lines and beams and columns and drawings that they do not understand or misinterpret. For having them enter this world of virtual reality, seeing stuff at first-person view, having the ability to change the wall color or to change the furniture style or to change even the structure is an advantage that we are willing to provide in this platform. Well, it's a great feeling to be first place winners, but for us it didn't matter if we got first place or we got last. Now we were gonna do this either or entering Startup Weekend or not. It was just an opportunity for us to see, can actually a startup happen in 3 days? This was the only test we had for us. It's doable, it's very doable, this idea. We've already managed to talk to 6 companies that are willing to actually work with us, and hopefully inshallah we have our first, or we're going to start our first project by this week or next week, inshallah. From today, the first thing we need to do is cash in the check to buy in the hardware. We have the virtual reality equipment. We just need a supercomputer that can render the building and can create the virtual reality world in a smooth pace without it crashing. So that's number 1. Number 2 is straight away we're going to deal with the clients that we already talked to in Startup Weekend, and inshallah for the next step we're going to track down the headhunters that we actually want to catch. Yes, inshallah, why not? It has a good potential. Technology has evolved a lot, and if we got the opportunity to actually prove ourselves in the market of Bahrain, this will eliminate 2D drawings and 3D modeling for customers itself. It will change a curriculum in universities where you need to teach students how to visually design or to virtually design a building rather than, come draw it, transform that drawing to Jisma. If having the chance, or if proving ourselves well, we can make it as a business inshallah in a year or 2. Well, personally what I've learned is in 3 days anything can happen. About the guys, I believe in every one of us learned something. I believe Muayyad learned, and there is no way to say it's impossible. Anything can happen wherever you think. His idea, it was his idea in the first place. He thought when during the second day he was in a very rough mood and then, he got through it. And I believe Ahmed thinks that potential is formed within the team, and the team spirit itself and the diversity of the team itself made this happen. I would say don't give up, it doesn't matter winning or losing, just go ahead with your ideas. Most ideas or all ideas are excellent. It just needs tweaking, and one advice is try to solve a problem, bas. Bahrain has a really good market, or has a really good human capital resource in its country. Why not develop the resources we have by pushing the limits of our youth?
These weekends do not happen without passionate people like this and around here. They have invested their time to actually kickstart this ecosystem for people like you. It's a lot of hard work to put on a startup weekend, so we need people like you to actually kickstart what's happening in the ecosystem. Mina, quick summary of how the weekend's been. 2 round applause. All right, guys, take your seats, take your seats. Honestly, thank these guys. It doesn't happen without the support of awesome people like this. Obviously, give them a good round of applause. Connect to your community. Make sure you keep in touch. Startup Digest, as you just saw, is one of the methods that you can keep in touch with the community. What's happening around you. Help organize the next startup weekend. If you actually want to be a part of the team, keep in touch with the Tenmou team. Say, I'm really passionate about getting involved. Can I help? So keep connected. Make sure you keep connected. You're all winners to us, but unfortunately, as these things go, we have to announce the top 3 winners. I remember I started Thursday night with this slide saying, you're crazy for spending your free time, your weekends in this room. And hopefully you've met a bunch of crazy people to actually help you along that journey. But there was once a famous man who said, it's the crazy ones who actually make a difference and change the world. So keep that in mind. You are now surrounded by a bunch of crazy, passionate people who actually want to change the world. Don't be disheartened if you don't win. There were so many tough ideas, so many excellent, validated ideas. If you can prove your business, if you can actually get customers, if you can sign them up, you don't need validation from anyone. You just need validation from the market. So make sure you go out, go test it, go prove it, see what you can do in a weekend and make it happen. Stay connected, as always. Keep in touch with all the mentors, all the organizers, all the participants. Keep in touch with your community. Your community is where it all starts from. I'm going back to Britain, but what I can say is I'm so proud for the 3rd time I've been here about what is happening in the Bahrainian community. Going back and seeing what you guys are achieving, what you guys are producing in this entrepreneurial society is amazing to see. How much it's grown over the years, how much investment people like Tenmou and Hassan and the whole team have actually invested into you guys as entrepreneurs. So make sure you thank them, make sure you thank all the mentors, all the judges who have invested into you guys, and keep in touch. We love you. Keep in touch with the Techstars Network. If you ever need anything, if you're ever flying through London, make sure you email me, let me know you're in town. My favorite film, my favorite quotes, make your future a good one. And with that, the after party is going to be somewhere. We'll figure it out. But I want to say huge congratulations to all. And before we leave, we need to do a big group photo. So I'm going to get everyone to squeeze in. Bahrain 2016, well done! All right, photographers, can you get you at the front? Is everyone in? All right, 1, 2, 3, start a Weekend Bahrain! Yeah! Huge congratulations, guys! Let's grab some food and celebrate. Well done, everyone. Oh, sorry, buddy.